let me start then. The lesson that I chose today is cell structure and function. Hopefully I will be finishing up in 15 minutes. Um, I prepared some riddles for you guys to make sure to find out if you are familiar or if you remember from your high school classes what the cell is and what the organelles are. So my first riddle is, I am real powerhouse. That's plain to see. I break down food to release energy. Who can guess what am I? You can choose from the options below. It's a cell wall, mitochondria, chromatin, chloroplast, or nucleus.
I break down food to release energy. Okay.
It's a powerhouse. That's the key word. Which one makes a power? If you don't know the answer, you might want to wait till the end of the lesson. We will repeat the riddles, and then hopefully I will give you the information.
Is it nucleus?
No, it's mitochondria, Dr. Dogan. Are you Dr. Dogan who's speaking?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, it's a mitochondria. I'm glad that you don't know something. Second riddle is, I am strong and stiff. Getting through me is tough. I am found only in plants, but I guess that's enough. What am I? So it's only found in plants. Is it cell wall, mitochondria? So it's not mitochondria anymore. Chromatin, chloroplast, or nucleus? Okay, it is cell wall.
Cell wall.
Yeah, the third one. My name means colored bodies, and I contain DNA. I pass on traits to new cells in a systematic way. Colored body.
Is it chloroplast?
Yes, it's a chloroplast. Thank you. The fourth one is, I am the brain of the cell, or they say, I regulate activities in a systematic way.
This must be nucleus.
That's nucleus, yes. The fifth one, found only in plant cells. I'm green as can be. I make food for the plant using the sun energy. You know what? We made a mistake, Dr. Dogan. That the third one, I believe, was the chromatin. And this last one is the chloroplast. Okay, let me move on. So what is a students will be able to learn today is we'll be able to identify cell organelles and recognizing the relationship between structure and function in a cell. And then we'll explore the role of the cell membrane, and then we will go in deep and then analyze each organelles, including nucleus, cytoplasm, chloroplast, and mitochondria. And the fourth but not least, we should be able to compare in animal and plant cells and be able to distinguish one from another because there's some differences. So how are we going to accomplish that objectives? Through my agenda. I will be lecturing a short lecture about the cell structure and the types of organelles, and then we will go deeper and discover function of each organelles. We compare plant cells versus animal cells in the image, and then we'll watch quick video about the functions of the cell membrane, how the substances go through the membrane. And then you can answer your questions if you have any. And last, we'll evaluate your learning through going back to that riddle questions. So let's start. So what is a cell? So so I ask my kids, I give them options because they're second graders. Is it a prison, a unit in a prison, or is it a cell phone? And luckily, everybody was able to answer that correctly. It is the smallest living units of organisms. And then all cells have three things in common. Doesn't matter if it's bacteria, if it's eukaryotic, prokaryotic, they all have three things common. Cell membrane, that's the first. Second one is cytoplasm, and then DNA, or cell's genetic material. There are two types of cells. They are eukaryotic cells. Those are more advanced cells. You can see them in plants and animals. Those eukaryotic cells have nucleus and organelles that are enclosed in membrane. In prokaryotic cells, those cells do not have organelles, they don't have nucleus, but they do have a genetic material that's spread around. Okay, here is a picture of our cell, and I will quickly show you the organelles and their function, basic functions. And at the end, closely pay attention. You should be able to identify if it's a plant cell or animal cell. Okay. As you see, right in the middle, pen myself. Right in the middle, colored in pink, it's a nucleus. Nucleus is the brain of the cell. It stores the genetic information, and it has chromatin that produces, that DNA is stored as a chromatin. And it has also nucleolus, as you see around it, and that produces ribosomes. Ribosomes, and then they start, they produce inside the nucleus, and they go outside. As you go outside, there's a liquid, jelly-like liquid, is called cytoplasm. And all these organelles, they swim. Some of them swim around, some of them stay tight, and they all have their function. So let's start. We started with ribosomes. Those ribosomes, they can float around in that cytoplasm, jelly-like liquid, or they can be attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. That is basically like a taxi. It transports materials from nucleus to the cell wall, and cell wall to the nucleus, and during that transportation, that ribosomes produce proteins. And those proteins go to the Golgi apparatus, or some call it Golgi body. And that Golgi body turns that vesicle-like proteins into more usable protein that is preferred by the cell wall. So the Golgi apparatus, you can see those endoplasmic reticulums are blue, like a little labyrinth shape. And then you see the cytoplasm, or yellow, orange kind. And here are the freely floating ribosomes. And here's the Golgi. It also looks like a labyrinth, but it's colored in orange here. And then there is a plasma cell membrane. All cells have that. And then lysosomes. Lysosomes, what are they? They're like garbage collector. Whenever a cell releases waste or any kind of material that's not used, lysosomes, they collect them. And mitochondria, as you see, little oval-shaped orange. Mitochondria is a power source. Through the cellular respiration, mitochondria produces energy, ATP. You must all know what ATP is, for the cell's other functions. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, is it an animal cell or a plant cell? The one on the picture. Anybody? Okay, since it does not have a, pay attention, it does not have a chloroplast in it.
Should be.
Right? What is it, Dr. Dogan?
Animal, right?
It's an animal plant cell. Very good. Thank you for listening to me. And here is the quick video about the cell membrane, how the substances pass through the cell membrane. Okay, as you see, oxygen, carbon dioxide, glucose, potassium, sodium, water, and other enzymes, they go through the cell membrane. And it's not open door policy. Everybody has their own access. There's an ion channel that transforms ions, and then protein pump. If you want, I can click on, let's say, protein pump, and it shows that how this pump works. And aquaporin, usually it transforms transports the water. And then there's special type of lipid or protein sensitive transporters that let the, let's here it says gluten T transporter, certain type of proteins and enzymes through the membrane from outside to the inside of the cell wall.
Ms. Yakubova, you got only 4 minutes left.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay.
Hurry up then. Well, okay. So here's the compare. We're going to compare cell wall, and since we already approximately know what organelles are belongs to which one, you can tell that left one is a plant cell, right? As you see, it has thick cover. It is cell. It's a cell wall, cell membrane, right? Both have cell wall, but cell membrane is specific to the plant cell, and the chloroplast. That green things that you see, those are chloroplasts. That's specific to the plant cell wall. We should be able to identify. Okay, points to remember from this lecture is there are two types of cells, right? Eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells. And then the animal cells and the plant cells, they're very similar. And the difference is plant cells have cell membrane that gives them protection, and then it helps the cell keep the shape. And then organisms without a nucleus or membrane enclosed in organelles, they are prokaryotic. You can see them in the bacteria. And all cells have membrane, cytoplasm, and genetic material. And here we are back on our riddle. We'll probably don't have time for it, but let me do one. Like a brace, I hold everything in place. Fluids is what I am, kind of like a jam. What is it? Cytoplasm.
Okay.
Gel-like liquid?
Yeah, like liquid, yes.
Okay. I am like the UPS guy. I deliver stuff, proteins and nutrients throughout the cell. I've gotten really buff. This one might be tricky because apparently Golgi body and endoplasmic reticulum, they both do the transportation. But since this one includes proteins and nutrients, that's gonna be the Golgi body, not the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, that's gonna be for your homework. Then you're gonna find out the answers for these riddles, guys. Okay, if you have any questions, I will take them right now. And I guess my class is over.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions from other students? All right, thank you, Ms. Yakubova. You did a great job.